What's going on, y'all? It's Hampton TV once again, back. I already did another video on this topic, but we're going to talk about Floyd, Money Mayweather, and Manny Pacquiao. We're going to talk about a few notes that I have here on the side, and we're also going to talk about that presser that came on yesterday, man. I wasn't, that presser was retarded. You know, if any of you guys saw it, you saw Bob Arum up there babbling about nothing like he's been for his entire career, but this was at his worst. I mean, I had people texting me asking what was wrong with the guy. Does he have Alzheimer's, or what's going on with this dude? You know, why is he up there talking about Indonesia and who Manny saved and the letter he wrote and all of this stuff when we're here to talk about boxing? We're here to talk about boxing. You know, I know that there's the sports for years have always been used as a distraction to what's going on out in the public. Not just boxing, but just sports in general. You know, it's always been used as a distraction to keep people from focusing on what's really happening in the political world. But that's another topic. We don't want to get into that. We just strictly want to talk about boxing. So let's get into it, man. I mean, do you guys realize the magnitude of this fight? It's so huge, man, that people are making it a race thing. You know, all the blacks must be going for Floyd. It don't even matter if you hate Floyd Mayweather's guts and you happen to be black. If you black and you watching boxing, they're going to assume that you go for Floyd Money Mayweather. You know, bottom line is this. I'm a Floyd Mayweather fan. It's been a long time coming with this guy. 19 years of professional boxing, never been defeated. They can say that he's never even touched the mat, but I know that that's a lie. But they'll say that he's never touched the mat. They'll say that in 47 fights, Floyd Mayweather has dominated each opponent, made each opponent look silly, made them look stupid. They're gonna say he cherry-picked his entire career. When you need to understand this about boxing, when you're the champion, they're gonna ask you, who is it that you want to fight next? Do you have anybody on your agenda that you want to fight next? Hey Floyd, who do you want to fight next, buddy? Hey Floyd, who do you want to fight next? And Floyd is gonna say, look, I'll fight anybody. It don't matter. You know, basically, I'm just gonna have to get with my team. We're gonna have to figure out who's next. You know, but see, the bottom line is this: if you're the champ, you do get to pick who you're gonna fight. So it just doesn't make any sense that people are gonna sit here and say, "Oh, he's cherry picking." Man, Pacquiao get to choose who he gonna fight next, even though Bob Arum is his promoter and he sets the timetable. Bottom line is, Manny has a say so on who he wants to fight next. Okay, he's a champ, so he gets to decide. You know what I mean? You ain't the champ. You don't get to make decisions on who you're going to fight next, who you're going to call out, or who's calling you out. You know, you don't get to make those decisions, man. But I'm tired of hearing but he's cherry picking. He's cherry picking. He's been cherry picking his whole career. Cherry pick, cherry pick, cherry pick. Yeah, that's what he do. And he runs. He runs all day. He's running. Hey, that's what he does. He's running. I'm tired of hearing that. I'm sick of hearing the running thing, and we're going to get into that. But matter of fact, let's get into it right now, man. The running term was a term that came up when Oscar De La Hoya fought Tito Trinidad. Oscar De La Hoya won 8 rounds of boxing, and they say he ran for the last 4. Bottom line is, even if Oscar De La Hoya did run the last 4 rounds, which he did jog around that ring for 4 rounds, but even if he did do that, okay, it still doesn't equate up to Tito Trinidad winning the fight. If you got a 10-point must system that they use to tally up the point totals for round by round, and they use to judge the fight, it doesn't make any sense to say that Tito Trinidad won the fight because Oscar De La Hoya ran for 4 rounds. I don't care. If we going by the 10-point must, Oscar De La Hoya outpointed him, and he didn't have to do anything else. You know, so, but anyway, that term came up during that fight, and then it was coined when Floyd fought Robert Guerrero, the Ghost. You know, and after that fight, they got mad because they got beat. because they got embarrassed on TV. He goes and gets hands laid on him by his pastor and all of this stuff, and saying, Jesus is gonna deliver Floyd into his hands, same as Manny Pacquiao. Guys using this stuff. Come on, man. Look, I love the Lord, man, 100%. But there's no way that I'm gonna include him in on what I'm doing with my extracurricular time. You know what I mean? He's gonna take time out of his busy schedule to make sure that you deliver that knockout. Like, dude, man, if you don't get out, what happens when you go to sleep? Like Manny Pacquiao went to sleep. He said the same thing against Marquez, and he went to sleep. So that would mean that God has no power in, right? You know what I mean? Stop doing that. But anyway, that's a whole nother concept. But what I'm saying is that term was coined when Floyd fought the Ghost, and he got mad and said at the end of the fight, well, he ran for the whole fight. He ran. Bottom line is he's boxing. Boxing is stick and move, man. Stick and move. Hit and not get hit. That's the science of it. You know what I mean? If you can master it, then it works for you. But see, now here's where things get a little sticky and how big, this fight is. Floyd represents not only black people and all of this silly stuff that you can put on his name or whatever, but he also represents the last remaining pure boxers in the sport. And people don't want to see boxing anymore because you have to understand that the Mexican masses are the majority in the sport now because they buy more pay-per-views than anybody. So of course it's time to deliver a champion for them, and it's time to deliver somebody that they can watch on a consistent basis, like Floyd has been watched on a consistent basis. So they want a champion to be delivered, and they want their style of boxing to be delivered in the ring. So if you've ever seen Mexican boxing the way that you should, you would know that most of them go toe to toe. They're flat footed. They don't really do all of that moving around, and they beat each other's brains out. And that's what they want to see on TV. Especially when it comes down to pay-per-view. So they want a champion, and they want one now. And they thought they had one in Canelo Alvarez, and until he got in the ring with Floyd and got embarrassed. So they thought Marquez was going to be the guy that they was going to be able to lift up like Chavez Sr., but it didn't happen, because Marquez got in there and got beat by Floyd. So, and then there's arguments that he lost all three matches against Manny Pacquiao until he put him to sleep in the fourth match. So, it's just those things, man, that the pure boxer is at stake. The race is at stake, because if you're a Floyd Mayweather fan, then you have to be black, and all blacks are going for him, and the niggers this and the niggers that. That's all you hear. Nigger, nigger, nigger. If you like him, that nigger. I don't like him. I don't like him outside of the ring. I don't like this. I don't like that. Look, I don't care what Floyd does outside of the ring. All I care is what he does in the ring. And I'm waiting on him to get 48 victories. You know what I'm saying? So I could care less about anybody's opinion or what they think about my pick, or what they feel about him beating on his wife. Hey, he's beating on his wife. And goddamn well, knocked your woman out several times. You know what I'm saying? Half of y'all done went to jail for that. Got a misdemeanor for it. Domestic violence. Nigga, shut up. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line is we want, us that love boxing want the pure boxing to stick around. But a lot of people are calling it boring, and their way of getting rid of it is to coin it running. You know what I'm saying? So he won't be able to run in this fight or move. He would have to stand in there and do some damage to Manny Pacquiao. So I went over the racial implications. I went over the pure boxers. I went over the coin term running. Now I'm going to go with what needs to happen in order for victories to be captured by both of these guys. Floyd is gonna have to somehow stay busy. There's no way that he can get in the ring and do one or two punches at a time. He's gonna have to figure out a way to stay busy against Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao is gonna stay as busy as possible. And if he does that, and he doesn't stumble or he doesn't go down in this fight, he's gonna win on the decision. They're gonna get him the victory on the split decision. So Floyd would definitely, in order to win, would have to knock Manny Pacquiao down, or he would have to knock him out. one of the two, in order to win this fight. So those are the two things that must happen in this fight for these two guys. And let me see what I got on this list last. Uh, Another thing about this, man, is that a lot of anger is being spewed out from guys like Jim Lampley, Larry Merchant, Max Kellerman. Max is not that bad, but he's hanging by a thin thread because overly objective and being close to that racial stuff, man. I'm just really getting tired of hearing these guys getting on here, and we all know who you like. You know what I'm saying? You like Manny, go with Manny. Just say you like Manny. We all know who you like. It's not complicated to hear who you like. You're going crazy when this dude throw a boom, 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 boom. We already know about that. So you like Manny Pacquiao. Don't sit on TV and try to act like you don't. You can't have a pick on TV. They don't want you to pick nobody. Dude, I don't care. We know who you like. You like Manny, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. They don't want Polly on TV calling the fight because he's already picked Floyd, so they can't use him. They don't want to use him on TV. What's another thing that they're doing? And another deal is that these white guys are upset because they don't have a white champion. They ain't had a white champion, American champion, since Kelly Pavlik. And they thought they was gonna be able to parade him around after he beat the shit out of Jermaine Taylor. But it just didn't happen. You know what I mean? And he was weak. He was garbage. He beat a weak Jermaine Taylor, and look, I'm not gonna say he got lucky. He beat the shit out of Jermaine Taylor. So the bottom line is that they thought they were gonna be happy for a while, and it didn't. It didn't happen. They don't have a white champion, somebody to be proud of. You know, we do. We have a reason to be proud of. We're black. We should be going for Floyd. He's American. We should be going for him. A lot of people don't like the guy, man. Face facts. A lot of people don't like him. They don't like his attitude. They don't like the cockiness, the brashness. They don't like the money spending. They don't like the domestic violence charge. They don't like, anything that he's done outside of the ring. They wanted T.I. to whip his ass and all of that stuff, But the bottom line is the dude is undefeated in 19 years of professional boxing, man. Professional boxing. Oh, you cherry pick, cherry pick, cherry pick. I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. 19 years. I don't care who you put in there. Somebody should be able to do some damage to the brother. Okay? The bottom line is Shane Mosley almost had him. Zab Judah almost had him. When Zab hit him, his glove touched the canvas. They want to say he never went down. I could say he did, because his glove hit the canvas. And Sugar Shane almost made him cough up a lung. But he didn't get knocked out. He stood in there. He had resolve. And the bottom line is that the guy is still the champ. And not just the champ, but he is the pound for pound, champion. Do you know what that means? That means that no matter what weight class he's in, he outclasses every single opponent in the entire sport of boxing. Okay? Entire sport of boxing. I know you don't like that. I know you don't like it. I know you're mad about that. I know you are. But you got to wait your time. Right now, he's undefeated. Manny Pacquiao ain't going to be able to beat him either unless he do what I said. He ain't going to be able to beat him. And that's just that. But anyway, guys, I know you saw the presser yesterday. I want to hear you guys' opinion on that presser, man. To me, it was really a disaster. Bob Arum was babbling for no apparent reason, and it was just, it was horrible. And, all in the effort to distract people and then, too, to make Manny Pacquiao look bigger than life. I know you guys remember when they brought out him and Floyd Mayweather and put him on Time magazine. Floyd Mayweather they had his titled as the Great Hoax, and they had Manny Pacquiao titled as the Great Hope. So they want to make this into the days of Jack Johnson, when I know you guys don't know who Jack Johnson is. A lot of you guys don't. Go do your homework on Jack Johnson. Watch the documentary. Watch any footage that they have out there on Jack Johnson. I mean, the guy was pulverizing and dominating. This is at a time where the sport was just basically, black against white, and guys was fighting with no gloves, really. So Jack Johnson was whooping their ass, man. He was punishing these dudes, and they went and dug some dude up out of out of his grave, basically, to come and fight Jack Johnson. He was their last remaining hope. to sustain white supremacy in the ring. And Jack Johnson beat the shit out of that dude. Jack Johnson was in there laughing and clowning around against every opponent he fought, man. He had a good time. He was whooping their ass. He was sleeping with white women. He was doing all kinds of stuff he shouldn't have been doing. But it goes beyond white and black with me. I love the sport of boxing. I love guys that exude boxing, and that's why I like Floyd Money Mayweather, is because he exudes what boxing is and what it's supposed to be. Hit, not get hit, stick and move, counter punching, being able to defend, doing all of those things that a boxer should be able to do. He's well rounded in the entire sport. Nobody else is on his level right now. And, if Manny Pacquiao can crack that and he beats him, bottom line is Manny Pacquiao is the true pound for pound. That means he's the best in all of sports, no matter what weight class or division. Pound for pound, he takes the supreme title. Peace.